Uh, Morning. I can hear your name, your names, please.
Alex Pixler?
Mike Pixler.
Okay. Oh, it's Alex Pixler and Mike Pixler. Okay. So you both can hear me. Mr. Moreno? You need to unmute.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Moreno, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm waiting for Ms. Pixler to.
Okay, no problem.
Would everybody raise their right hand? You swear the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So the suit is brought by the Pixlers. Speak first. Who is Norma Pixler?
That'll be me.
So Alex and Norma are the same person.
Yes, that's
Okay.
my middle name.
Okay. So who's going to speak first?
Between me and my wife.
Yes.
I'll go ahead, I guess, right?
Okay.
Just from beginning to end, Judge.
Yes. Tell me what this is about, please.
This is about us hiring Moreno Pool Service. I don't have all my paperwork in front of me. I did submit it to the court, but because I'm out of state right now. But we hired Moreno Pool Service.
Wait. How did you submit it?
Online. I submitted everything.
When you
My wife has it there just in case.
Okay. When you submitted it, we got your suit. Are you talking about something else you submitted?
Talking about evidence, yes.
Did you email it?
Yes, and I have it here on my email. My wife has hard copies. I just
Okay.
have hard copies in front of me. That's all I was
Who
going
would
to
the
say.
emails be coming from?
From me.
Okay. Is this?
Because it said something about email 5 days before.
Yes.
So I did that I want to say about 8 days ago.
Here we go. Michael Pixler. Okay. So I'm looking at, okay. Go ahead. I found some photos.
Okay. We hired Moreno Pools to do a pool deck, to install a pool deck. They installed the pool deck and it went really well. Everything looked great. And about, I don't know, a couple months later, it started cracking and then eventually chipping. And the warranty, from what I understand, is for up to 2 years. But the contract is another issue. And so we asked them to come back and fix it. They came back and fixed it and it got worse. So we asked them to come back and fix it again. This is just all in a nutshell. We asked them to come back and fix it again and they kept blowing us off. And so one thing led to another, and I asked them to sign a contract that I had made up, or at least, I think it was legal. And it said something to the effect of, if my pool deck does not crack within the next 2 years, we won't take you to court, basically. We'll just leave it alone. And they ignored us again. So here we are in court. And as we speak, as the weeks have went on, it's been 10 months since it was installed. It's getting worse and worse. My wife actually took some more pictures this morning. I've talked to 2 other contractors that have told me the whole thing's going to have to be replaced.
What's causing the cracking?
I'm sorry?
What's causing the cracking?
I was told by Mr. Moreno there were some bricks underneath, and it's cracking every 5 feet, and the bricks were underneath. Now, I bought the house just over a year ago, so I was completely unaware of this. But obviously they were aware when they were doing the job, but they never told me about it. He told me about it after the fact. When he came back the second time, he said, well, the reason it's cracking is because you have some bricks underneath, and if I have to come back and fix them, I'm going to charge you. And I didn't ask him this, but later I was thinking, well, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? And maybe you could have worked something out while he was doing the job. I just felt like I was blindsided. You know what I mean?
Okay. So what are you suing for?
Well, we're suing for it has to be replaced. It can't be repaired. So we're suing for the cost of what it cost us to have them put in what it is now, because the reason we had it replaced because the other one was cracking and chipping as well. So now we're back at square one and we spent $5,200.
So you're suing for $5,200 or what are you suing for?
That's what we paid for it. Yes, sir.
That was $5,200 for a new deck.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Moreno, do you have any questions of Mr. Picture?
Do you have any questions for him?
No.
No, sir.
What would you like to state, Mr. Moreno?
Okay, Mr. Judge, the concrete on that pool, I think is 30 or 40 years old. We did the cool deck on top of the concrete, but that pool is real old, like 30 years old. So we don't guarantee any cracks on all concrete, just on the new concrete.
Was that in your documents? Is that what you told Mr. Picture?
No, it's not in my contract.
Did you tell Mr. Picture?
I told him the first time I went to talk to him. I mean, the second
What?
time.
What did you tell him?
That the reason that it's cracking is because back in those days, instead of using expansion joints, they used to use some bricks every 5 feet apart. And that's one of the reason it's cracking, because they put the brick underneath underneath the cool deck.
Underneath the concrete. Yeah, instead of having rebar, what they would, no, expansion joints, they use bricks. Their swimming pool is made out of fiberglass. So I guess when they installed the fiberglass pools, instead of using expansion joints, what they used were bricks.
Okay.
And when we
let me
went to
just-
go do the deck,
I didn't see it.
they what?
We don't see it at first.
You didn't see the bricks?
Let-
Yeah,
let me-
when they were doing the deck, they couldn't see the brick underneath. And then all of a sudden the bricks, came out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How did you see the bricks?
Cuando fuimos, after we went
After we went
to do the repair.
to do the repairs, the bricks were there. I
The
don't
bricks
know.
were there.
Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Pixar, did they put those bricks there
30,
themselves?
40 years ago.
30, 40 years.
Okay, here.
Here.
Let's try to get this. Okay, Mr. Moreno, the pool has nothing to do with the deck, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it doesn't make any difference what the pool is made of.
Yeah.
We have the deck. Okay, so you're saying the original deck that was built 30 or 40 years ago, they used bricks as expansion joints in the original deck.
Correct.
Okay, and you placed the new deck. Is this a poured deck?
No, we put imitation flex stone on top of the old concrete.
That's another issue, isn't it, Alex? Well, anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, when you say imitation flagstone, are these stones, man-made stones?
Yeah, but this imitation is only a quarter of an inch, not even a quarter of an inch, about 1/8 of an inch of a material that we mix to make the flagstone, the imitation flagstone.
You mix it in a form?
No, we mix it on the bucket, and we
You pour it into a form?
yeah. Oh,
Okay, yeah, what they do is they surface, they sand it, when they're gonna start doing the deck, they'll sand everything and then they'll acid wash it and then they'll power wash it.
The existing deck.
The existing deck, once they start working on it, they'll sand it, they'll sand all the old deck and whatever. And then they'll wash it and clean it and whatever. And then what they do is they apply a coat of liquid acrylic bonder is applied to the area. And then after that coat, they'll add the deck, they'll put in the
They'll lay the deck on it.
flex. Right, the imitation flex stone.
Is there mortar between the stones?
Is there a mortar between the stones? Yes, sir. Pero no agarró.
The
But
stones,
because-
the
yeah,
stones
but-
are, just a minute, the stones are prefabricated?
Yes, sir.
They
They
make it
draw
by
them.
hand.
Yeah, they
make it
draw
by-
them.
We make it, yeah. drawing
Yeah,
by hand.
they draw them by hand. Like the stone, they'll put that acrylic thing and then they'll go in and draw it
Okay,
out,
so-
draw it out.
Okay, so you go and you sand it. So why weren't the bricks visible when you first started?
Okay, because they're divided. Es lo que divide, lo que estaba dividiendo.
Judge, I just found a picture where with our previous deck, with the old one that they removed, and you can see the
Bricks?
bricks. I don't know. Let me try this. See, right there. I'm gonna try to do this.
Is that a drawing or is that a photo?
It's a picture. See, there's the bricks right there. This is our old deck.
Oh, the old
And
one.
see, there's a division right here.
Uh-huh.
Where you could see those are the bricks they're talking about. And when they removed all these red area, the bricks were there. So
We
they
didn't,
removed-
we didn't know that. We've had the house for a year.
Yeah, so they were able to see the bricks there. I can email you this.
Okay, can you?
Yeah,
Es nothing- no podemos hacer nada. Porque la esta.
so our deck was like this with that division that they're talking about. So
Can you
were
email
able
it?
to
Just
see
a
the-
minute. Can you email it right now?
I can email it to you. I just don't know where.
Okay, email it to JP1, J, the letter J, the letter P, the numeral 1.
JP1.
Just a minute, let me make sure I got the right one.
Sand down and everything.
El Paso, spelled out, El Paso County, all spelled out, at gmail.com.
Paso,
Se me dice
El
Andrés.
Paso. It's because they're
County.
talking and I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Just, Morenos, please mute if you're talking amongst yourselves.
Okay, sir, sorry.
Thank you. It's JP1 El Paso.
County at gmail.com.
gmail.com. Okay. I'm gonna title it brick. And I'm gonna send it.
Okay, I'm looking at El Paso Independent School District, now middle school. I'm looking at a contract for disbursement voucher. Does that have anything to do with this case? Am I looking at the wrong case?
No, it's probably my Zoom. It's the one from my work. That's probably why you're seeing that. I don't know what that is, but it's, I just sent you the picture.
Okay, I see the contract says 4,200. What was it? Oh, no, there it is, 5,200. Okay. 5,200. Regular cool deck.
Then I'm gonna,
Resurfacing deck with flagstone, design 3 colors, labor, and material. Regular cool deck, 4,200. 1,000 paid, remainder will be paid. So I don't understand, why does it say 4,200 and then 5,200 for the sum? Is there a difference?
Yes, sir. The regular cool deck was gonna be 4,200 if it was just one color, but they wanted the flex stone, so it's like 3 different colors. And that
Okay.
was what the price was. But let me tell you, when they were when we gave them the estimate, what happened, we didn't know there was bricks underneath their old deck.
Because it was an old.
Cause it was, you
You
couldn't
did-
see the brick until when they started sanding down the deck, That's when the bricks appeared. So when we pour the material on the deck itself where the bricks are at, you know what, the material and the brick will not stick. And that's what happened. And that's why they got those cracks.
Okay, well, the bricks were known before the material was poured or fixed to the deck.
Uh-huh. But like, since those bricks were underneath, you know, the material wouldn't stick, and that's what happened. When it first came out, everything was fine, but you know, I don't know what happened.
But
What-
like, I think if
Yes,
you
we
had
do know what
told-
happened.
Yeah,
I think we do know what happened, do we not?
Yeah, well, we started getting it started to chipping and cracking.
We just
But,
wish we would have been informed.
I guess what I'm trying to do is, I understand what you're telling me.
Uh-huh.
We became aware of it before the stuff was applied, correct?
Where you were, yeah, he was aware of it. Uh-huh.
Okay, so, I mean, at that point in time, it could say, listen, this may not work.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
was aware of it after it was installed. Was that what was stated?
No, I'm talking from Mr. Moreno's perspective.
Oh, yes, sir.
It was known before, the situation of the bricks was known before the flagstones were applied to the existing deck, correct?
Yes, but when we went and gave them the estimate, we didn't know there was bricks underneath. So to be able to move those bricks, you know, they would have to chip all that concrete out to be able to pour in new concrete. And the new concrete, you know, it would have come out perfect, but since it was an old deck, you know, it's hard to work with old decks because eventually, you know, it started chipping off and everything. So, but
I understand that. If you look at something and you see a latent defect, something you can see the eye, but then you uncover something and do see it,
yeah.
your duty at that point in time to say, hey, listen, this is different than what we thought it was.
Estimate, yeah. Uh-huh. I see that. But okay, what is it that they want? Do they want us to go in or fix it, or you know, we're willing to help them out, you know. We're not neglecting us not fixing it. What we want to do is, you know, make them happy. But what happened was that when we, you know, it got very busy. So when they would call us, you know, we didn't have, you know, with the coronavirus, the workers, you know, a lot of them were unemployed and all that. And we don't have enough workers right now because of the coronavirus. And then also, you know, that's what's going on, but we're willing to work with them if they want us to continue to fix it for them. But yeah, like that concrete, it's very old and it's chipping. So
but we would have appreciated some communication, and we, like that, you were ignoring us, so now
yeah,
like,
no, it's because they would go and then the dogs were there and you know, that
No,
was the problem.
I'm going
with
to interrupt, if I may,
dogs.
Judge. That's not true at all. What would happen, and it's in email, is the Morenos would email us the night before and tell us that they'd be there the next morning. And email etiquette comes into play there. You don't email somebody at 10 o'clock at night and tell them you're going to be there in the morning. Things just don't work that way. And that happened more than once. It's documented.
Yeah, I understand, but you know, when you're so busy, you know, a lot of times there's so many things going on right now. And, you know, that was the last, you know, I would just do it at night.
Well, this is business. This is not personal. This is business, and we're busy too.
Yes, sir. I know. But if you guys are willing, we'll go in and fix it, you know, but just let us make yourself available because of the dogs. You know,
We've been available
a
for
lot of times we just have to go in whenever we get a chance. And that's been the problem with you guys, that, you know, you wanted us, you know, when we're doing work with someone, we have access to their.
Miss Moreno, let me interrupt you. And the way I see it, you're digging yourself a hole right now. Let's just stop and get this figured out. We're not happy with you guys. We're not happy with
Okay.
your company.
That's fine. We'll pay your money back. You know, we're willing to. No
You don't
kidding.
have to pay. No, we're not going to pay.
Alex, go ahead and take it from here because I'm getting a little out of line.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's the
Judge,
reason, that's the problem.
Judge.
That's the problem.
Yes, go ahead.
You see, I used to send my guys, and then your husband didn't let us go in.
Don't
Okay,
lie
okay,
in court.
And
Mr.
it was-
Don't lie.
it was
Mr. Moreno,
him, it was
stop,
him.
stop, both stop.
Don't lie in court.
Okay, Mr. Moreno,
Yes, sir.
we're trying to solve this. We're not gonna, throw out, they wouldn't allow us to go in and so forth. What can be done now?
Yeah, if you can give me a couple of weeks, I will fix it for him.
No, we've given you
And
several
how-
months.
And how will you fix it?
We want our
How do
money.
you, how do you propose to fix it?
Okay, we're gonna fix the cracks. That's all we're gonna fix.
No, you
It's
tried.
like-
How, just a minute. Let me hear from one side at a time.
Yes, sir.
What are you proposing to do to fix it? Tell them,
Yeah.
what are you proposing to do? To dig it up? What are you proposing to do?
We're gonna remove all the areas where is cracking. And then we're gonna fix them again, repaint them.
Are you pulling the brick out? What are you doing?
No, if I'm gonna pull the brick out, I'm gonna charge him for concrete to do it right.
Okay, so Mr. Menino, I'm trying to find out, what are you proposing to do? Because you just stated to do it right, you have to take the bricks out. So what you're proposing is not to do it the right way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because look at the reason we got this problem is because in my proposal, we have to write it down in a big letters. No guarantee, nobody guarantee you cracks and all concrete. Now nobody in this city of El Paso, nobody. And that's the reason we got like this problem, because my wife, I've been telling her for 20 years, please put it in the proposal, no guarantee on cracks on the old concrete. And that's the reason we having all this problem. That's all concrete. It's 30, 40 years old
Okay.
concrete.
Just a minute.
We weren't told that though, so.
Can you all see that?
Yes,
Mr. Moreno, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Is this what we're talking about, right where my
Yeah.
pointer is at?
It's- the only problem we have is where is the break underneath the flagstone.
Okay, well, that was visible. I suppose this is before when the estimate was made. Is that correct, Ms. Pixley?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's visible when you made the estimate.
Yes.
Okay, well, you said you didn't know when you made the estimate.
No.
Well, it's visible when you made the estimate.
Ese es cuando lo hicimos.
That was before. That was when you went to go give the estimate. That was before. But you can't really tell there was bricks. Yeah, you couldn't really tell that there was bricks underneath.
Those are the bricks.
See, but we didn't know. So when we were sanding down that concrete and then we came across the bricks, and when they were laying the material, you know what? That's where the brick and the material don't stick. And that's what happened.
Okay.
That's why you started getting all those cracks and everything.
Can we see, you said you have actual photos of it now? Ms. Pixler,
I do, sir.
can you send those in?
Judge, may I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
While I'm looking for that, Mr. Moreno mentioned that he would come back and just redo the cracks and the paint. Well, we tried that once and it was worse. It started to crack. They sent one guy over to do cracks and paint and all that. And I asked them through email, and again, this is all documented. The paint is wrong also. And I got an email back saying that eventually it's going to match. And that's not the case at all.
Yeah, no, it looks like patches.
What was I gonna tell you? It's like, you know, when you put it's paint, the fresh paint and the old paint, it's not gonna look the same. Why? Because you have fresh paint and old paint.
I matched myself, ma'am. I already did it on a spot just to make sure.
But yeah, that's the problem that we were having, that, we did want to go fix, and when we wanted to go, they weren't available and all that.
Yeah,
But,
we've gone
we
through
were-
that. We're not gonna go back there, are we?
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
But,
no, I mean, we were happy at first, but then things started happening, and then we felt that we were being ignored, and they came back and fixed it. It looked like a patch. It happened again, but we were never told. And they gave us an estimate. We were never told that, oh, it's old and this is gonna happen. And I'm sorry, I sent you some pictures, but I'm trying to find because it looked really nice. We were happy at the beginning. And then I felt guilty because I chose it, but. You want a picture of the whole area?
Yeah, whatever you're complaining about.
Oh, okay, well. I send you a couple right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna add this so we can all look at it.
Okay.
Can everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Aquí donde están los bricks.
Is this the crack you're talking about?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
There's cracks every 5 feet or so.
So it's uniform, it's consistent, is it on where the brick lines are?
Yes, sir.
Basically, but it's starting to spread out and chip.
Oh, and then I took a picture this morning with a big chunk. I'm gonna send it to you like right now. I'm sorry, I'm sending you a few one. I took one this morning and a chunk fell off.
Why is this different colors? Is grout line?
That's when they came back and tried to fix it.
Mr. Moreno,
Yes.
why are the different color grout lines? That's a pretty,
Yeah, they probably used the wrong kind of a color.
That's your guys's, not ours.
Yeah, yeah,
here and here, and then here and here, correct?
yeah, right.
You all see my mouse, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, this is way off here, these two.
Yes, they are.
So this is just painted on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they called us, we were gonna go back again and to correct all
The
that.
next day.
Yeah, the next day, but we
But
were
they
not
wouldn't let us.
allowed. We were not allowed to go back and correct that.
It wasn't the next day. We asked you to please let us know before, and then you will email us like a night before. That's what my husband was saying. We need time so that we can figure out what to do with our dogs and have somebody be here when you guys were here. At that time, we were still working in person. We were going because we're teachers, but now we're working from home, and my husband tried to contact you guys and like nothing happened. So that's
Okay, Mr. Pixler, are you sending another one?
I did, Mr. Judge. I sent a few ones, and one where you could see a little bit more, and then one where the deck, there's a chunk of it, and it was this morning I saw it, and I went to take a picture of it.
Your work, your time.
Everybody see that one?
Yes, sir. I guess that happened because of the crack, then the whole chunk came off.
When was the work done?
When was the work done?
I think it was January.
Of 2020?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to comment on this?
There's more than those chips. I guess.
It looks like
The brick.
Yeah, it's because the brick.
Yeah, it's because of the bricks.
Okay. Let me see. That's a fairly small crack. Where is this at?
It's also on the opposite side of the deck and it's beginning to chip. That's why I took it like so close because it is beginning to chip. So I guess like our old one, that's how it started, you know, a little crack and then it all chipped and it turned into a bigger problem. There's many more of those, but I mean, I don't want to send you all these pictures. I send you like some of them, and so did my husband.
Okay. How big is this deck?
Approximately square feet wise, about 200 to 300 square feet. I really don't know.
I got you.
Yeah, it's like a 364 square feet.
Is any of it salvageable?
What's that?
Is the deck salvageable, any of it?
No, I've had two contractors come over and tell me it had to be redone because I was going to just get it spot checked or spot fixed, I guess, or at least get an estimate for that. And they were like, no, we can only give you an estimate for the whole thing's going to have to be redone. They also told me it was imitation flagstone. I don't remember if that was discussed or not, but in the contract, it says just flagstone. And I think I heard Mr. Moreno state that it was imitation. I was completely unaware of that. I don't know if my wife has any recollection of that or not.
I don't remember.
Well, just from the photos, I mean, you can obviously tell it's not real.
Yeah, I don't know anything about flagstone. I was assuming it was actual flagstone when it was installed.
It's our first pool, so we really don't. We just wanted it pretty, and we made the wrong decision. Malinformed, I guess.
Do you have any pictures of the pool when we completed it?
Yeah,
I submitted it to.
those are included to the court.
What I can try to find them. What kind of photos of what?
I think I sent you before. I think I sent you right after the work was done, and then I sent you when it started cracking, and then I sent you when it was fixed, when they came back to fix it, and then it cracked again. And but yeah, for say about a month, it didn't crack. A month or two, maybe.
I'm just looking through the photos. I'm seeing if I can.
Yeah, I thought I labeled them. Maybe I didn't.
I'm looking at some photos on September 3rd.
Yeah, and all the photos. Well, no, not all of them. Yeah, the photos that I sent. That's when I sent them, but they were taken. We have photos of like right after the work, and then the cracking, and then trying to fix it, and then the cracking again. I sent you basically all three. Like, you know, the work's done, starts to crack. The work was redone, and then it starts to crack. I just don't remember if I labeled them or not. If I seen them, I could tell you.
Okay, so here's, it looks to be like the first email. And well, I don't know how, let's see. Maybe I can share this. Let's see. Does that share? Yeah. Or can you all see?
You can see that, yes.
Yes.
Okay, this should be the whole group of photos. I'm starting at the bottom.
Yeah, go up to the top, and I can tell you. Okay, stop right there. Actually, I'm sorry, Judge. Scroll up a little bit.
Up.
No, the other way. I'm sorry, down. And stop right there. And you can see this is, I don't really know exactly how long, a couple months after it was installed. So if you kind of pretend the crack's not there, it looks fantastic. Plus the paint's all matched. And then they came back to fix it. So if you scroll up, that's after they fixed it. And then a few weeks later, it did the same thing. And then, yeah, it's,
Yeah, because they were gonna go back and correct all that, but we were not, they didn't let us go back into the property, so.
But, well, Ms. Moreno,
Yes, sir.
you were stating earlier that it was because of the fresh paint versus older paint.
Yeah, no, but they were gonna go back and correct everything that needed to be corrected.
So what, it wasn't the fresh paint versus old paint problem.
Yeah, I guess the guys took the wrong paint, but we were gonna go fix what needed to be fixed.
I understand what you're saying, but earlier you
Yes,
were testifying that the problem was fresh paint versus old paint, but that's not the case.
But in most cases, yeah, that a lot of times.
I'm not asking about
you
most
know,
cases. I'm asking about this case.
Yes, sir.
What other photos do you want to show? I mean, I'm
That's it.
gonna share.
It's,
I think that's it, right, Alex?
Yeah, yeah, unless you want to keep me looking for another one where the whole thing is, but you can't really see the cracks from far.
The water, yeah, the water's getting underneath, chipping away. But anyway,
we're okay, Judge, for you to do whatever you want to do. You know, we want them to be happy. You know, that's our goal, is to keep our customers happy. And, you know, I'm really sorry this happened to them, but we're righteous people and we want to do what's best for them.
I think you are, and I think you all are. All are. It's just they're just trying to reach a decision that's fair. My question is about, is there anything of the deck that's salvageable? Because there's definitely was work done and work that did look good.
Mhm.
But the problem is, I think had the fixers been told that, listen, there's this issue with the bricks, and for this to be run right, we're gonna have to tear this up and it's gonna cost more. If they're given that opportunity at the time, they could have made a decision as to which way to go. If they could have said, no, we keep it like that, and we'll, if it cracks, we'll accept that responsibility. But they weren't offered that opportunity. So that's where the problem comes.
Yeah. It's because we weren't aware of what was underneath their old deck until when they started sanding down everything. That's when, you know, the bricks appeared, you know, that, you know, we were aware that those bricks were. So the material and those bricks, well, it didn't, you know, it didn't catch right. It didn't glue right because of the brick.
We got that. We know that.
Yeah.
The issue
But
is-
tell them that, you know, if they're gonna redo their deck, they're gonna have to break down all their concrete so it'll stay good, because it's not gonna work the way they have it. If they hire someone else, you know, they're gonna have the same problem. But yeah, you do whatever is right, Judge.
Well, if that's the case, if you agree that the only way to do this right is for them to tear up the whole deck, then I have no alternative but to award them the $5,200. If that's the only way it's gonna be fixed, correct?
But it, you know, it wasn't our fault that they, you know, and it's not their fault either that, you know, the house that they bought, you know, it's
Okay,
not.
but Mrs. Moreno, what I
Yes,
just said earlier is when the problem was visible, if it's disclosed at that point in time, there could have been adjustments on both sides, could there not?
right.
That's where the problem is.
Mhm.
So And if had the pictures been sent, listen, you know, there's bricks underneath here, this may not stick, we can't take responsibility for it. They could have made an intelligent decision at that point in time, whether to accept it or not.
That's right.
Mhm.
And so
Precisely.
I agree.
if they they weren't allowed that opportunity, and now we're at the end of the road, where the alternative is to tear the whole thing up. And if that's the only alternative, then I'm going to award the $5,200. That's my judgment.
Okay. That's good, sir.
Okay, my judgment is $5,200 for the pictures. And we will send a copy. We have each of your emails, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Copy. Thank you all.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.